Good evening, my loves. Good evening. Good evening. I hope you are well. This is going to be a quick message because I had just got into position, just got finished writing in my journal, got my heating pad. I'm laying on my back. I'm into meditation mode. I got my curtain drawn back, and got my little baby beside me. He just came up, and a thought crossed my mind about children. Now, I absolutely love children. My whole life has been peppered with them, taking care of them, loving them, spoiling them. I love children. I love everything about children. I love watching them grow. I love their steps. I love seeing the world through their eyes. And one of the most important reasons why I love children is because they're the most honest things besides animals and old people you will ever come across, right? And so I'm like, why am I being called to talk to children? Because the things I have experienced, I get. Um, Maybe some children are going through it and have gone through it. But what I resonate with is a lot of the feminine energy in women, like adults. And so I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, well, why am I being asked to, talk about children when what I went through as a woman, yes, I was a child, but I know there's a lot of women out there that experience what I'm experiencing with narcissistic men and all kinds of stuff, right? And then it dawned on me. Well, I asked the question and then I got the answer. Because a lot of you may have children, okay? And if you're going through an awakening, an ascension, you do realize, understand, overstand, and understand that your children have to come along with you. Okay? As you work on yourself, you should be seeing the light towards working with your children as well, and perhaps correcting some of the mistakes that we made along the way because we were unaware. Yeah, we were unaware. Cut yourself some slack. When we know better, we do better, right? So I guess I'll be speaking um, along those lines just because of what I've witnessed, what I've gone through as a child. And remember, I have a memory like an elephant for a reason, so I can bring these messages. But if you are of the mind frame that because I did not give birth to any children, that I am unequipped to bring forth these messages in a sense where you will negate what I say, you will ignore what I say, then these messages are not for you. But if you have an open mind and you are on your spiritual journey and you were led to this channel for a reason, specifically this message, especially if it's your first one, then by all means, something in what I have to say is geared towards you. Now, inner over and understand on this journey, we may not always hear the things that we like. That's not a part of your spiritual growth. It's a part of it because life is about enjoyment as well. But to see transformation and to have change, there will be a lot of scarring, meaning you will have to open old wounds so they can heal properly, which will leave scarring. Whenever you rip a scab off a healed wound, even if it's all bumpy and it ain't flat like a wound is supposed to heal. Remember how you used to get them bumpy scabs? because you didn't let it heal properly, and then you picked the scab or you hit something and the scab came off. Remember how it was a fresh wound again because it started bleeding again? Well, that's basically what you're going to go through. That's basically what it is. That's what spiritual journey and growth is about, at least part of it. Because there's a lot of trauma that you've suffered as a child through no fault of anyone. Even if they did it, you have to take it with lessons learned, okay? And by all means, I'm not making light of anyone who has suffered any physical, mental abuse of any kind. You understand? Understand? But on your spiritual journey, you have come to realize that you can't take things so personal because there is a divine order and a divine orchestration. And anything that happen is for our good. Okay? So look forward to some of those messages. I don't know what they're going to be. I really don't. I really don't. I honestly don't. Because I was questioning it, but before I get into my Zen moment, I wanted to speak on it. So if you are going through an ascension process, please understand and have some compassion for your children if they are acting crazier than normal, if they are misbehaving more than normal, if they are acting out more than normal, especially if they don't have the tools to cope with their emotional body, okay? And if you, as the adult, is having a hard time navigating your emotional body, how dare you expect your child to be capable of doing it if you, as an example, have not taught them? Namaste, Ashe, Mazel Tov.